Hey folks, welcome back to the next episode of New Start. So this has been a series to support new players to the game. Now let's have a look here. So yes, today we'll be doing, now I can't pronounce that, Vrofagus Ruins. I think that's how you pronounce that. So we'll be doing the scenario that we haven't completed yet. But before we get into that, now at the end of the last episode, I would have mentioned the set of fatal runes would be worthwhile equipping to my Magic Knight. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I talked about how the stats, the main stats. So obviously these are percentages, so they're all pretty good. Now normally I'd be doing another 2 set. I do not have much in the way of runes at this point, so I'm just going to put them on like that. Now back at the very beginning of the game, you would have been forced to upgrade a single energy rune on the water fairy, so that would be that one there. Now the most any rune can go up to is 15 plus, so that's 15 upgrades is maximum, and that's where you'll get the max amount of stat for that rune, and often the last upgrade will significantly increase the main stat. Now I'm only going to increase this. I'm actually not going to bother increasing this rune because these runes I don't see myself keeping. Having said that, hang on, I remember the challenge. Now I did actually just finish one of the challenges, which is equip the fatal set, so I've done that, yay. So I'm going to collect the reward. And then it says rune power up to a fatal rune up to 3 times. So I will power up one of them so I can collect that reward. So let's go here. Which one do I want? That one. Okay, we'll do this one. And the reason I picked that one is because of the subs. So as you can see, I've got a speed sub and a cryo rate sub. Now, these are rare runes. What that means is that they'll have at least 2 sub stats. There you go. I can see 2 sub stats. And when I upgrade it to, every time you upgrade a rune to a 3, 6, 9, 12 levels, a sub will be increased or added. Now in this case, because it's rare, the 3 level will increase 1, the 6th level will increase 1, the 9th will add a new stat, and the 12th will add a new stat. So we're going to go straight up to 6. And this is a lovely feature that wasn't around in my time. You had to do them individually, but now I can just go up. I want it to go to level 6. So what that means is now that rune is going to continue upgrading until it gets to the level 6. And speed was increased there. So did you see that? Speed got increased. Failed, don't worry, they keep going. And as you can see, also see every time I upgrade it, it increases the cost associated with upgrading it. Here we go, almost there. Please go speed again. Not that I'm going to keep it, but speed would be my preference. But no, and cryo rate. Now, so there you go. It's increased both speed and cryo rate. Now this, I'm going to upgrade to 9, so you guys can see what will happen when I do that. And also, as you can see, the main stats increasing each time as well. So that's a bonus. Okay, so what's the new sub that's going to be added? Don't really care, to be honest. There we go, we'll see what happens. A flat HP. I knew as soon as I said that, was going to be a flat HP. But anyway, alright, so I've upgraded that rune. And as you can see, it's changed colour when it reached to 9. But it's still a rare rune. Let's be honest here, that's a rare rune. Now that's hero purple, and orange, remember, is legendary for runes. So that's has now unlocked this. I'll pick that up while I can. And it does this. It's the same trick for blade actually. So I'll quickly do that now. Do I have any blade? I think I've sold them all. No, I don't even have any blades. So that's fine. We'll keep going. So let's get back into the scenario. I've talked enough about runes. So the scenario, I am going to now cheat and actually bring reps to the table because, quite frankly, it's taking way too long, and I don't like making these videos that long. Okay, so let's get into it. Back into auto. So this scenario, same as every other, 7 stages, 1 through to 6, will give you If it drops runes, rune slots 1 will be dropped in stage 1, rune slot 2 in stage 2, etc. 7th, the boss stage, will drop a random rune. Now, the runes in this scenario are what we refer to as shield. And shields in this game is a two set rune. So what that means is I have to equip a creature with at least 2 of this. It doesn't matter which of the 6 slots, but at least 2 of them need to be this rune, which is shield. And what it does is it will give a 3-turn buff at the beginning of whatever round or game the monster is in to all the creatures in the team, not just to itself. 15% of that creature's max HP. Okay? So if a creature was, let's say, max HP of 10,000, and if my brain maths works, 150, is it 150? 100? No, 1,500. 1,500 shield. So that's its benefit. Again, this one is stackable. So if I equipped a creature with all 6 shield runes, so all 6 slots with shield runes, it would be plus 45% of the max HP of that monster, would be providing a 3-turn shield buff to all the creatures in the team. Now, what is a shield? What is a shield buff? And it's all I'm good to say that. So it acts like an additional amount of HP. So until that shield is destroyed by the opponent, I'm going to use that right. Until this shield is destroyed by the opponent, the creature's natural HP won't be affected. So, you know, if I've got 1,500 shield, the creature only hits for 900 points of damage. That's 900 points again of damage against the shield, and my creature is left unharmed. So that's all it is, and it's only for the beginning of a round or for a arena match. So when I say round, as you see, this has 3. Each of these stages have 3 rounds, so to speak, and this is the 3rd round. So if the creature with the shield is in the team right through the whole lot, at the beginning of each of those steps, they'll be providing a shield to the whole team. So obviously, ideally, if you're going to use shield, and I do use shield, I'd be lying to you if I didn't. My main has quite a few monsters with shield in them. You want them on tanky creatures, generally speaking. So you want creatures that have quite a bit of tankiness to them, and they'll provide a better shield, so to speak. But that's shield in a nutshell. It's nothing extravagant, but it can be useful, especially when you want to be able to. So, I mean, where I've used it traditionally is in arena battles, where I know my team is not going to be able to outspeed the opposing team, so I want a team that can survive at least the first round of hits, and every little bit counts, so shield helps. It gives an extra bit of HP to all the monsters in that team. Oh, that rep did a good job. So yeah, so that's shield in a nutshell. There isn't terribly much more to say about that one, to be honest. Yeah. I think that, yeah, just that's one of the easiest runes to explain. It's a bit of a shocker. But yeah, now going back to upgrading runes, I guess. I have an opinion about upgrading runes, and that is as you noticed, I'm not picking to keep the runes that we've so far received in this, other than the ones I received for my 3rd day of logging in. The reason being for that, for me, a 5-star rune should be the minimum rune that you really spend amount of effort into, especially if it's on slots 2, 4, and 6. I mean, ideally, if you're gonna put the effort into 4 and 6, I'd be looking at 6-star runes, ideally. Now, my quick opinion about runes and upgrading them is choose, if you've got 6-star runes, slots 2, 4 and 6, yes, upgrade them to the max, which is 15 plus. It does take a lot of mana, so don't think it's going to be like, oh yeah, no, I'll have enough. I mean, one rune I think ended up costing me over 1 million mana stones because it just kept failing and failing at the last thing. Good thing news is that come to us every so often, and I think it's like 3 times a year, does an event where you get these like sort of like gem things that helps you upgrade your runes. It just means you have an increased likelihood. I think it's double likelihood of it succeeding. So you know, sometimes just hold it out till then. But definitely 2, 4, and 6 are worth upgrading to the full 15. Slots 1, 3, and 5, however, I don't think is worth upgrading to the full 15. I think it's only worth upgrading them to the level 12. The reason being is because they're flat stats, and you're not going to get much out of it. Now, you're far better to get to the level 12, get all the subs to their maximum potential, and that's plenty of upgrade for those runes. Now, some people may disagree with me. I believe, honestly, that the only reason people, upgrade slots 1, 3, and 5 to 15 plus is because they want to show off a sub. And look, don't get me wrong, there's some really decent runes out there. There are slots 1, 3, and 5. And yes, they get some really decent, subs. I think one of my runes gives a sub of 24 speed. That's big, but it's not really worth my expenditure of mana stones just to show off that I've got a rune that on a slot 3 with 24 speed. Yeah, there's far more efficient use of my mana stones in this game, and so that would be my recommendation. If you are going to upgrade runes to max, only make it slots 2, 4, and 6. I wish I had known that back in the day, but I didn't, so I did end up spending a lot of mana on runes, which really now, when I look back at them, I go, I wish I hadn't done that. But anyway, so that's, I guess, why I'm saying it up front here. Now this chat's going to go on for a bit. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, keep talking. Here we go. Off stage. Almost done. And we're done. So the reward. What's my reward? My reward, other than that, it's a really red rune, and hearing these guys having to talk at me a bit more. I think the next two are in particular are quite lengthy in the chat dialogues. Is an experience boost for 1 day, so 24 hours of experience boost and 100 energy. Back before you got the blessing, which doubles your experience in mana stone for the first 14 days, this would be brilliant. Now it's just there as a backup for when you're over that 14 day threshold. Thank you very much. Anyway, guys, I'm going to try and get through this, but while I am, I'll sign off there. So look, thank you very much for joining me for today. I hope that was useful, and yeah, as always, Karo signing off.